Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Anna Jolene and I'm the author of the Glory MC series as well as the MOONRISE Beach series. So I know it's been a hot minute since I've done any sort of update on my Hobonichi cousin, but I have been using it every single day this year. I think my last flip was from June to July, so today's video is going to be a flip from then, so anything from August all the way to the end of October. And the reason why I wasn't able to do a kind of flip through or any of my regular Hobonichi plan with me's was because my mom passed away rather suddenly in September, and so the few weeks leading up to that and obviously after that has been really stressful for me. I just haven't had much time. I have been planning and making other videos, but since this is a work pre-planner, I found that I wasn't working as much, and so I was still using it to kind of track the events that I had going on that I kind of like pre-scheduled before she passed away, and so I was still using it for that, but I wasn't really planning anything additional on top of that because, like I said, we had so many things going on, and also I felt like I wasn't in the right mindset to be writing and creating at that time. But now that I am healing a little bit more, I thought that I would give you a little bit of an update. This will probably be my last flip through or one of my last ones before I do my Hobonichi setup for 2022. I am going to be using the cousin, but as you guys can see here, I am using the full year this time, and it is pretty chunky. Right now I have it housed in a K A5 notebook cover. This is made out of leather, and I got this a few years ago. I actually do have several of these covers and they do fit the Hobonichi full year. I can actually close it, so as you guys can see, but it is quite chunky. I do use stickers in the weekly section, but not so much in the daily. So I will kind of show you what I have done to this planner and how I'm using it, and talk about my new 2022 setup as well. But first off, I just wanted to thank you guys for all your support on this channel. Also for you guys who have bought my books on Amazon and also purchased my printable inserts for the Hobonichi and ringbound planners from my shop, Jolene Printables. Especially during this time, I just found your support to be so overwhelming and heartwarming. So thank you guys so much. But let's get started with this flip through. So like I said, I am in a K cover, and the configuration of this cover is amazing. I really like it because you have this larger pocket here, which I just have a couple of freebie samplers. This is from Josephine Bow Design, so I just keep that in there. And then I do have a little die cut here from Van Sticky, and then you have some additional card slots where you can put some washi tape or some cards or whatever. And then it does have this pocket here, and inside I just keep my ArieBea stickers. So I have these stickers that I use in my weekly, so I have a bunch of different colorways, so I can use them any week. And then I also have some boxes, so I use these quite a bit in my weekly section as well as my monthlies. And then I also have these ones, which I like to layer them in my weeklies just to kind of emphasize a few things. And then I also have some of her latte stickers here handy. So I do have a PR code for ArieBea shop, so that is AnnaJolene10. So you guys can use that code for a little bit of a discount. So on here, I just have a bunch of different sticky notes that I like to use because I do use them in my dailies. So I just keep them there, and I have a little tab here from Simply Gilded, which I've been using to tab off certain pages that I need to keep returning to. So all my tabs here are from ArieBea shop once again. And then in here I have my color coding system for my daily pages. I just use some Tombow markers, and each month I'm going to be changing up the colors. I don't know if I'm going to be continuing this in the next year. I think I'll just pick whatever color I want that day or that week and do it that way, because sometimes I just don't follow this. So I just have some more K post-it notes. On these translucent post-it notes, I came up with a few routines. So I have my AM routine and my PM routine here on these translucent sticky notes from Rose Colored Days. I do have a referral link to Rose Colored Days, so I will leave their link down below. But anytime I want to change up these routines, I can just peel them off, write it again on another sticky note, and then pop it in. I might move this somewhere else so I can see it a little bit more better, but right now it's working fine there. And then on the yearly section here, I do have one of my printables from my shop. So I do sell these calendar printables in my shop, Jolene Printables, on Etsy. And you guys can use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off of your order. I do already have the 2022 versions in the shop, but this one is my cute one for 2021 with the pink colorway. So the cute just means the font. So I have the one-page version here, and I have it in the Monday Start. I also have it in the Sunday Start as well. I have all of 2021's printables in a retiring soon section, so if you guys would like a little bit of a discount, you guys can use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off. Obviously the calendars will be expiring soon. However, all the trackers that I have in the shop, like a monthly tracker, yearly tracker, mood tracker, life in pixels, I also have a bunch of note pages as well. Those obviously you can use from year to year, so again, you can use the code for that. And I just put down my most important dates here with these translucent stickers. And then here I used a kit from ArieBea shop just to cover up the little dates there. And then I just use this as a bit of a reference. So this is one of my favorite spreads in the whole entire planner. This is the perpetual or vertical calendar. And here I have been keeping track of my Facebook posts on my author page. So if you guys don't know, I am a romance author, and I do have to post promotional things on my Facebook page, and I do that every single day. And so I just love how it looks all filled out. I think it looks amazing. And so I have it up until the day I'm filming today. You guys will probably see this a little bit later, probably in November. That's when I'll probably upload it. But every day I have just been keeping track of everything, and I just think it looks great. On the top here, I do have my most important events for the year. So my book releases, for example, when my business license renews, any deadlines for my books, as well as anniversaries for my books. So that goes up here. I also have my promotional events for my books listed up there, and then at the bottom here I do have the events that I take part in every single month that are hosted by other people. So anything that I'm participating in will go down here, and I do have the whole year kind of mapped out already. And then the stickers here are all from a kit from ArieBea shop. Again, you can find my PR code down below. The washi I used is from Pink Room Co. And then we go into the monthly. So I think in the last flip we reached up until August. So August I just used a little bit of a kit from ArieBea shop as my covers, and then I just used some washi to block off the days that are not included in this month. And then I will put down anything important with these boxes. So they were the stickers that you saw here from ArieBea shop. So I just choose a couple of sheets of these and use them for the whole entire month. So I just have all that there, and then usually I will keep a sticky note here for any unconfirmed events. So actually this month I didn't have any. Everything was confirmed really quickly, and so I just popped them straight here on the monthly. But anything that's not confirmed will be listed here until it gets confirmed, and then I will add it to the box. So as you guys can see, my months are pretty full. I do have a lot going on, so I definitely need something like this, which has all the dates already down. So like I said, I do use this as a pre-planner for my work as an author. So this is what September looked like. I used, again, parts of a kit. I just find that I don't like using a full kit on my monthlies. I rather just put a little bit of washi and also just the days there at the top, and then I'll just put the boxes down from those sheets that I just showed you. But again, I have another sticky note with some events. So that is September, and then this is October, the month that just passed. So again, I just have all my dates written down here, any deadlines, any holidays, any anniversaries, or anything else that I have going on. So I have that going on for the whole entire year until December. And then anything beyond that, I am actually going to go ahead and kind of plot them down here. As you guys can see, I'm using these sticky notes from Rose Colored Days, and I just wrote down when I think I want the event to be. And then so when it's time to schedule those events, I will actually mark them down with the stickers. So that is how I'm using my monthly section. Now let's move on to the weeklies. So my weeklies here I use as a pre-planner, and I also like to include a lot of reoccurring events or routines. So that's what you see here. And I believe this is where we left off. So I do use sticker kits in my spreads. Sometimes I will use just a few functional stickers like the ArieBea stickers that you saw earlier, but I do like to have checklists and boxes to kind of separate the page. So I've been doing that. So if you guys are curious about how I shrink vertical size printable kits to fit into the Hobonichi Cousin, then check out my Hobonichi Cousin weekly plan with me, because I share all that information in there. But you can use any sort of vertical size kit and just shrink it down to make it functional and fit within the columns of the Hobonichi. So I do have a plan with me on this, and I actually have a whole playlist of them. So if you guys are interested to see how I put these stickers down and why I do it this way, then I would suggest checking out that Plan With Me playlist. I have it also for the dailies as well, which I will show you in a second. But I like to use this bottom section here for my work as an author assistant. So their tasks will be listed down here, and then anything else for my job as an author, my books, my shop, or anything else like that will go on the top. So I like to have that kind of divide so that, you know, I can kind of categorize different things, because we are all romance authors. Sometimes it can get a little bit confusing, so I don't want my stuff to be mixing up with other authors, and so I like to just keep their stuff down here as a little bit of a reminder, so I don't forget about it, but it's not interfering with my own personal to-do list, which would be here. So I'll just give you a brief kind of flip through of my week so far. So as you guys can see, this week I didn't really use a kit. I used some Paper Echoes washi here and Simply Gilded washi. I used some functional checklists here that were from another kit, and then I just used the date covers, the ones I just showed you here from ArieBea's shop, and then her stickers as well. So these ones right here. And then I'll use some character stickers to kind of fill it in. So I do have a plan with me on this one as well. And I like to keep track of my shop when I work on it. And then this here will be a list of the things I want to do this week, like kind of like my focus of the week, or tasks that I don't want to necessarily allot to a certain day, but I do want to remind myself about. So I keep that there. So I have all that. So as you can see, this is the day that my mom passed away, and so that's why you see it's a little bit more blank, because I wasn't working at this time, and also we had a lot of the funeral arrangements to do. So that is why that kind of looks a little bit more empty. Things kind of go back to normal a little bit. So this is what a spread would look like if I used a full kit. And I really like how this turned out. I think I do have a plan with me on this as well. This little bottom section here on the sidebar is what I use to keep track of the books that I need to read for review. So I am a professional book reviewer, and so I receive advanced reader copies of books. So that just means that I get them early than the general public for review purposes. And so I like to write down the books that I have to read that week so that I can write the reviews. So this is another week here. I love this washi from Paper K. And I like to keep track of my YouTube videos that I post as well here. So as you can see, I do use a combination of kits as well as just washi and these character stickers from various shops. I do have PR codes for a lot of these shops here, so I will leave the links as well as the referral codes down below. I really like this spread. This one just used a few different types of washi and some functional boxes, so I thought that was really nice. And then we have this week as well. This was Thanksgiving Day here in Canada, and then the next day actually my book went to the editor, so I'll be releasing my new book, Bad at Love. By the time you see this video, it will be out on Amazon, so you guys can grab it in ebook or paperback format, and it's also going to be available for free on Kindle Unlimited. So this was my dog's birthday as well. And then this is the following week. This is actually my birthday here. So I just always like to divide the pages up to make it more functional for me. I just find that by doing that, it allows me to focus only on small parts of the day, so I don't get too overwhelmed with like a whole spread and looking at different to-do lists. So this is the following week here. And I do like to lay down some stickers, but for the most part I leave it blank unless I know things are going on. So for example, my book is going to the formatter on this day, and so I know that that's going to happen, and so I already put it down right away. And I have all these tasks for the other authors that I work for that I need to do every week, so I have that. And then I also have the books that I'm planning to read the following week already listed down for me, so that I know exactly what I have to do once Monday comes. So that is how I like to pre-plan. I don't typically go further than that though, but this is what the page looks like blank. You have a ton of room, and it does have the hourly, but like I said, if I just leave it like this, it can be a little bit too overwhelming. So I like to add a little bit of structure with stickers and washi, and that's how I find that you can use stickers functionally. I find that people think like, oh, just because you put stickers down, it's not functional. No, for me, I think stickers really bring my eye to a certain thing, and so that way I know exactly what's going on. I can kind of emphasize something by putting a sticker next to it. So for example, I know that something is starting this day because I put it in a box. Another example is I put all my YouTube videos in a box, so I know what days I have to upload. So that's an example of how you can use stickers functionally. This is my mood board or my vision board for the year. I did this at the beginning of the year, and it just has a lot of images that I find inspiring or that kind of relate to my books or my MOONRISE Beach series, which is the books that I'm releasing right now. So that's why you see a lot of beaches, a lot of very whimsical and tropical, I guess, images. So that is something that I do in every single one of my Hobonichis, whether that's my cousin for work or even my journals. So now let's move on to the daily pages. So I believe August is where I left off. I always have an ollie clip, a couple of them as you guys can see, that I use to flip to my pages. So on the first day of every month you get one of these blank pages, and I always write my important dates here and my goals for the month, and I make sure to cross out everything that I have for my goals so that I can meet my goals every single month. And I like to keep like a running list of my important dates here so that I can kind of cross them out as I go on. So here was when I was using fountain pen. It was a Ferris wheel press fountain pen ink. So it kind of has like a shimmer to it. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it because it is so light. But that's what I was using, and then I kind of went back to using just a regular gel pen. The pink that you see here is written with a Tombow marker, so you guys probably know what they look like. I will leave the links to them down below. And then in the black there, I use my Kokoro pen, which is the pen that I feel like you guys have been really loving lately because I notice a lot of you guys have been purchasing it. But I just had these countdown stickers from ArieBea shop that I use. So that is the only kind of stickers that I was using in my daily pages. Sometimes I would add a little bit more than that, but I really try not to put stickers in my dailies. I just don't find that I have the time for that. But also I don't want to bulk up this planner because it is so chunky already. But I'll just give you a quick flip through of what I do in here. So as you guys can see, you do have these built-in checklists here at the top of every single page, and that's where I write my to-do list for the other authors that I work with, and that way I can see it, you know, there at the top. I need to do these things, but it's not interfering or not kind of jumbled with my personal to-do list for my work as an author. So that way I have their stuff all listed up there for me to keep track of, but I have enough space for my own to-do list as well. So that is how I've been using the daily pages. I just have my to-do list that I fill out either the day before or the morning of, and I just kind of brain dump there. If I have an event, like for example, I had a cover reveal for my new book that's coming out, so I just write it in there, and then I will write down also any other things I have scheduled for that day. So I actually had a Hello Petite paper haul going up on my YouTube channel that day, and I also had a newsletter that was going out. And then I will kind of keep track of my day. I also use this hourly section to keep track of my word count. So I do word sprints for my books, and so I like to keep track of the number of words I complete. So I'll just keep track of the chapters written and then the word count. So that's what you see here. So that is why I typically keep the hourly section blank, so that I can do this every single day. And then at the bottom here, as you guys can see, I kind of make smaller to-do lists for some of these items here. So sometimes I will just put some arrows here for that, but if that's not enough room for me, I will continue it down here. I don't journal in here, and I don't take notes in here. This is only tasks and events in here, so that's how I've been keeping it very functional in here. I don't like to journal in my planners too much, just because I have another journal for that, so that's what I have my A6 for. But this is only for work. So as you guys can see here, I've been working on the Hobonichi releases, so the printables for 2022, and so as I was doing it, I was checking them off. So as you guys can see, my pages do fill up pretty quickly. And I actually experimented with putting some stickers down. So these ones are from Papershire, but I don't know, I just find that I don't have the time to decorate too much. So I just kind of leave it off completely. So as you guys can see, I do make smaller to-do lists here as well. And then once again, I was working on the Hobonichi releases. So all the 2022 releases, all the calendars, the trackers, notes pages, finance trackers, and all that kind of stuff are already in my shop. So you guys can use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off of your order. But a lot of you guys have already picked your printables up for next year, so that makes me really happy. I would love to see how you guys are using it. So don't forget to tag me in your pictures or your videos, either on Instagram or YouTube, because I would love to see it. So as you guys can see, still working on the Hobonichi printables here. And some days are a little bit more blank. So typically the weekend is a little bit more blank because I'm not working on the weekend. But once Monday starts, as you guys can see, my list becomes a lot longer. So here's another example of my to-do list that I do. I just have a list of all the books that I need to review, as well as the books that I have requested and I'm waiting on. So that is how I like to use it. Some days are really crazy like this, like I don't even have enough space to write all my to-dos for the day, and so I just move it on to the next day. So that is August, and now for September, I did the same thing. I just used my color coding system, and I have my important dates and goals. So this was the Hobonichi release for 2022, so I ordered my stuff as well as my sister's stuff. And I have my to-do list again. So I just keep it very functional in here. As always, I'm always tracking my word counts for the day. So this is actually when my mom passed away, and so that's why things are a little bit more blank here. But I was still using it quite a bit, and I was still trying to write. So this is like my mom's funeral, so obviously I didn't do any work that day. It's very functional for me. The pen that I'm using is the Uniball Signo in the 0.38. I will leave the link to that down below. But as you guys can see, I just like to keep things very simple. It can get a little bit messy in here because this is a pre-planner, so not everything happens exactly as you plan it, but I just kind of go with the flow, and I will use my work planner in conjunction with this planner to keep track of the events. So this is October now, and I have my list once again of goals and important dates. And again, I have all my events kind of listed out there. And then sometimes I will put the books that I need to read on a sticky note so that I can move it from week to week. So this is just how I've been using it, very functionally. And I think that is where we're ending. This is my birthday. And that's pretty much it. This is the day that I am filming. So I am planning on finishing the year out in here, but next year I am going to be switching to a Hobonichi Avec, so that just splits the year into 2 books. If you guys missed my haul video for 2022, I will leave the links to it down below. I actually have 2 parts. Here I just have some vellum sticky notes from Rose Colored Days, and I just have my monthly routine, my weekly routine, my bi-weekly routine, as well as my daily routine. I have this pencil board from Simply Gilded that I've been using, and then I also have my printables that I use here at the back. So this is one of my printables. This is the Life in Pixels. I do have a new version for 2022, but this is where I keep track of my mood. So as you guys can see, my mood dropped considerably after my mom passed away. So sometimes it's a little bit sad to look at this, but I do find it helpful. But I think next year I'm going to move this into rings instead, just so that it's a little bit more functional for me. So this right here is my important dates on 1 page. I do have a version that splits the year onto 2, so if you want a little bit more space, you can get that version. This is the cute font with the pink colorway. I do have a new version for 2022 already in the shop, but this will be also available in the shop until next year. So you guys can use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off of your order. But this is where I just keep track of my most important events for the year, as well as anniversaries. So these are things that don't really change too much from year to year. I just need that little space. Here I have my books read in 2021. So at the moment I have read 85 books. I think I'll be able to read more than 100. So that's why I have the grid page from my shop. This is another printable that I printed out on sticker paper and then stuck down, and I will just continue my list over on this side. If you guys don't have sticker paper, you can just print it out on your regular paper, use a paper trimmer to cut it out, and then just use some glue or adhesive tape to stick it into your planner. You also don't need a special cutting machine like a Silhouette or a Cameo in order to use these printable stickers. You can print them on sticker paper and then just use a paper trimmer to trim it because it's just the 4 straight sides, or if you're able to use scissors and cut it straight, then you can use that. So this is my important dates on 2 pages, so it's exactly this insert just on 2 pages, and this is the other font that I carry, my more minimal font. And this is where I've been keeping track of my writing schedule. So this is all the projects that I've been working on every single month. So we are now in November, and I do have my book release this month. So Bad at Love, book 10 in the MOONRISE Beach series is now out. So you guys can grab it on Amazon, either in ebook format or paperback. It's also free on Kindle Unlimited. So I will finish the year out with that. I have one of my lined insert. This is one of my notes options in my shop. I do also have a grid version of this. And then this is my yearly tracker, so it goes from January to December. And this is for my shop, my Etsy shop, and this is for personal. So I just keep track of my finances for my shop, releases, bookkeeping, reflection, and customer service, and I just check it off every single month. And then for my personal one, I want to keep track of my monthly tracker, my reading journal, my goals bullet journal, my week's finances, and no spend tracker. So that's been helping me to keep track of my recurring events every single month. And then at the back, I just have more of the Japanese paper that you can actually put my printables on top, so you have tons of room to really customize your planner that way. So that is the end of my flip through. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, if you guys are interested in any of the printables that you see in this planner, then you can find them in my shop, Jolene Printables on Etsy. Again, I will have the 2021 versions of my printables all up until December, and then they will retire. So if you guys are interested in picking them up before they leave, then you guys can use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off of your order. Or if you guys are interested in the new designs, the moon face designs for 2022, they are already up in the shop and you can download them now. If you guys have any questions about my setup and what I'm going to be using next year, leave them down below. Let me know how you guys are using your Hobonichi. Were you able to keep up with it every single day this year, or are you switching it up for next year? I would love to know. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will leave my playlist for my plan with me's for my weeklies as well as my daily plan with me's up here in the card. So if you guys would like to see how I functionally plan in this planner, then feel free to binge watch them. I will leave any PR codes as well as referral links down below for you guys to check out. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!